Hello everyone, and today I'll be playing Road Trip to Hell, and I am playing as a husband and wife who go on a very long road trip, and on that road trip they decided to stop up at a gas station to get some snacks because of random cravings, and from then on out, shenanigans ensue from there. So, okay. This game contains a hot woman, a hot dude, guns, and a dingy trailer, and crime. Of course there's crime. Nah, I think I'm good. Now, dear reader, let's begin. You wake up, stomach burning with a dull pain. Is it a cramp or is it hunger? You can't tell, but it doesn't really matter. Still it hurts. And it stops you from getting your beauty sleep. We can't be having that now, can we? You get up out of bed. He looks to be sleeping peacefully. You don't want to disturb him, but if you just let him sleep, you're not going to be able to sleep. Honey, wake up. There he is, your lovely husband. Looking into his tired but cute face makes you happy about being the Mrs. Adelia Blackwood to his Mr. Avon Blackwood. I'm hungry. Oh, Ada, could you wait a bit longer? Please? You use your most nefarious tactic against him. The puppy dog stare. Come on, that's not fair. You know I can't resist. You don't relent. Alrighty, there should be some food at the gas station. He gets his lovely ass out of bed and escorts you out of the trailer. The loveliest of destinations on a romantic road trip. The obligatory gas station. What are you waiting for? Go and pick some shit out. A large bag of meat stands by the cash register. Can't take any cash right now. What else? Take a look inside the fridge to find all sorts of food. From frozen meals, alcohol, ice cream, pomegranates? I've been craving pomegranates. Okay. Why is there pomegranates in the fridge? The door to the most wondrous of places. The gas station bathroom. You visited enough of those to know that you would much rather not be greeted with questionable smears on the wall. Those bathrooms are the nastiest, man. Bag of chips. What is this? Bottle of vodka. I think we're done. Excuse me? Cashier looks up from whatever the hell they're doing. How much will all this be? You place the food onto the counter. Cashier lets out the most exasperated sigh they can muster and begins clacking on the cash register. Horace his exhaustion stops when he announced the total. That'll be $200? Yeah, no, you can't buy this. Your itty bitty charred heart drops. Aw, really? You can't give us a couple's discount? No, can't do. You know how the economy's been screwing businesses over. And people like us, too. Cashier rolls their eyes. Not good, cashier person. That's your first mistake. Please, my cravings have been acting up. Even and I are expecting, after all. Are you serious? Well, since you clearly have money to pop a baby out in this economy, your total's now $400? That's just being greedy now. Strike number 2, cashier. Come on, you're not about to do that to a pair of newlyweds, are you? Of course I am. And that was your third. Oh! Your hot husband points his revolver towards the cashier. He's determined to get you your damn food through any means necessary. How romantic. And as for you, cashier, good on you. 3 shakes and... you're out. Evan looks not the least bit affected by the shooting cashier's brains out. Oh well, I guess that's what being a serial killer does to you. Phew. Now this is the man you married. Nothing at all like your dad, unchivalrous guy he was. No matter how much blood it's spilled, you still love Evan. And the work he does, of course. Might not be honest, but at least it's hard and fun work. Blood is splattered all over the floor. And your clothing. Oh, man, you're covered in blood. It's fine. I've been wanting to make a fashion statement after all. At least let me wipe it off your face. He tries to wipe the fresh blood off your face. It winds up smearing and mixing with your makeup. Hey, how about we clean up the crime scene first? Of course. That's crazy. They just straight up killed, and he's a serial killer? Let's get that mop. Last time you ate these candy bars, you vomited black onto the trailer floor. Maybe you didn't help that you ate 14 bars straight. By the way, these bars give you very bad memories. That. Alright, there's all the blood cleaned up. There's still blood on both of us. Alright, we could probably clean up in the bathroom. We're gonna leave a very dead cashier. Consider eating him? But you don't feel like making your husband chop him up right now. That will just make everything even bloodier. Upon closer examination, you find a sheet of paper. Scribbled on it is bathroom door code. Aha, that was easy. The code is soda, ice cream, chicken nugget, and juice. Don't look so down, that'll be easy to figure out. The economy cannot be that bad yet you're eating dead bodies. We should really wash up in there, Evan. Door's locked. But there's a place to put a code right here. So it was soda. How do I figure that out? You accidentally licked some of the blood in your face. Now you're thinking of what to pair with it from here. Thinking of eating over the corpse? How'd you know? What kind of husband would I be if I didn't know what you were thinking? Looking into the fridge, you realize that your cravings could be satisfied with the contents. There's nothing here to make the most questionable meal ever. 3 bottles of soda, 6 tubs of ice cream, 9 boxes of chicken nuggets, and 0 bottles of juice. Very healthy, yes. Okay, it was 3 bottles of soda. It was 3690? Let me see. 36. Is that right? It worked! 2 of you somehow managed to wash all the blood off your clothing. You're almost done with the crime scene. Now it's just the body you gotta worry about. You and Evan began cauterizing the cashier's wounds with a cigarette lighter. 2 of you would much rather not leave the corpse here, otherwise it would be too obvious that something sketchy happened. Instead, you would just take them, lock the station's doors, and dump the body off somewhere. You feel yourself sweating a bit from the heat. Ada, don't overexert yourself. And looks like he noticed. I won't. Besides, you know that once we're done, I'll just be lazing around. You know damn well you probably won't be lazing around. Instead, you'll be thinking about the body count of the next big heist. That would be good. You need to relax a bit after all. And with me to hold everything down, you won't have anything to worry about. Ha, I suppose. Hey, can I ask you something? Of course. Well, you definitely picked out some interesting snacks. Oh, hell no. Did he realize? You sure as hell didn't want to tell him the news in some shitty gas station. But he's catching on, you think. Being the good wife you are, you can't just lie to him. Before even thinking about if your feeling is rational, you blurt, Evan, I'm pregnant. Oh, well, I wasn't going to ask that, but... He freezes in place like a malfunctioning machine. He's seen torn organs, bones jutting out of skin, and contorted bloody limbs. But yet this faces him? Evan? Oh, Adeline, you're gonna be a mom, and I'm gonna be a dad. This is... I thought you were just kidding with the cashier. Well, if I'm gonna deal with cramps and morning sickness, I might as well reap the benefits. You two hug and jump right by the cashier's corpse. There's something so morbid about jumping for joy at the thought of giving life right after taking it away. Oh well, it's not like you or Evan care. A few weeks later, you and your husband has been thinking about caring for the baby. After a couple of heists and assassinations here and there, you have a shit ton of money. Once you sell the trailer, you have more than enough to make sure the baby lives comfortably. So Ada, have you been feeling? Pretty good, actually. I'm glad. Sorry about not being here as much lately. It's fine, Evan. It's not like you're just away, like just drinking like my own dad. You're right, but I still don't like leaving you here alone. It's the thought that counts. I guess you're right. Still, with this work we do you think the kid will turn out fine? What makes you ask? Says you, a woman with thirst for blood, to a contract and impulse killer. Fine, in your mind sure as hell isn't what your parents think it's fine. Or the rest of the world for that matter, is rightfully so. Like if you get arrested, what happens to the kid then? That's pretty obvious. They're just gonna get thrown into foster care or something like that. And we won't get to see them grow up. Hell, if we ever get a sentence, it'll probably even last even after our deaths. Hey, the police didn't give a shit when your mom tried to kill you. I don't see why they care all that much now. Yeah, you're right about that. As always, sweetie. Now, if you're so worried about getting caught, I have a plan. First, we stop the constant criminal activity. You have more than enough money to live comfortably anyways. And if you want to do it for fun, you need to be extra careful. Then, we'd be the best parents ever. Because if the kid loves us enough and we wind up in prison, they'll be so desperate that they'll break us out. And last but not least, we start with a fresh slate. I like the sound of it all. Aw, you're too kind. I've been able to think up everything we need to do. It'll be simple for the most part, since we're gonna live somewhere new. But I can't for the life of me think of new names. He came up with most of the plan. It only makes sense I come up with them. Just nothing dumb, please. He sits and thinks, hold hand on the old steering wheel. How about we become Ashlyn and Everett Hollows? I like the sound of that. Plus the names are close enough to our real names that it won't be too much of an adjustment. Evan nods at you, happy that you approve. Not that you would have disagreed with anything that came out of his lovely lips. Now the first name makes sense, but how about we go from Blackwood to Hollows? It just feels right for us. Maybe it's because your souls are probably hollow. You already know that. Not to mention that it's pretty far from our original surnames. I don't want to even think about the name Blackwood again. That's fair. Hollows. I like it. Ashley Hollows and Everett Hollows. Speaking of names, what do you want to name the baby? Well, if the baby's a boy, I like to name him Arthur. He'll be our little king. And if the baby's a girl? You sit in silence for a bit, thinking of what to name your future little princess. I like the name Adelia. Adelia Hollows. Yeah, that's a pretty name. For some reason, Adelia Hollows feels just right. We all know that you've always been a gut instinct person. A few months later, you and Evan flock to Libretto City, the land of tall buildings, pigeons, and broken dreams. It's far enough from your home city that no one will recognize you. Plus, it's filled to the brim with fellow criminals who understand your plight. Of course, Libretto City isn't all hunky-dory. For one, it's cold, wet, and gloomy. Every time it rains, it feels like you're living in a noir film. It's nothing at all like the scalding sunny deserts you leave the metal tin on the trailer in. So sadly, you can't wear your summer dresses all year. Now you can only wear them during the summer, as intended by the designer. Secondly, much like noir films, there's a shit ton of annoying detectives and cops. For a city so riddled with crime, their spirits and determination are quite high. Fortunately, they are very passionate about their jobs. And third, no matter how much you reassure Evan... Wait, that's not right. Everett. Yeah, Everett Hollows, your husband. No matter how much you reassure Everett that two of you won't get caught, he still spends the nights awake watching the news. None of these things concern you enough to warrant leaving, though. Two of you wind up with a lovely baby girl, Adelia Hollows. Should I know this name? I feel like I should. She's a lovely girl, high grades, high ambitions, liked by pretty much everyone. Everything that you and Everett ever wanted for a child. True, she cheats on most of her tests, wants to become a mafia leader, and threatens people with homicide because they don't like her. But the two of you encourage it, after all. What kind of kid doesn't dream of strangling each other now and then, right? Now that I remember, this girl is from another game. I think it's a game where those two guys end up being with each other. Yeah, she's a psycho. Dang. How can you guys say no to your little girl after all the denials from your parents? You're no longer the Blackwood family, you're the Hollows family. You love your kid more than either of your parents ever loved you. Isn't that a good thing? Surely she'll go on to be as beautiful as you and as hardworking as her dad. She'll be a good young woman. Oh, she's not. She's terrible. Many, many more years later. You don't know why the hell you're fighting with your husband again? Why won't you just listen to me? Look, all I'm saying is that you can't threaten to cut people's head off for just so much as looking at me. But aren't they going to take you from me? Of course not. Either way, you belong to me. That happened when we sealed the deal with marriage. You know that he's too smart to fire back with something, but he's headstrong enough to mutter something under his breath. His marriage is nothing at all like the ones your parents had. Yeah, because they liked each other. What did you just say? Look, I never want to talk about it. Just leave me alone. No, what the hell were you saying? Fine then, your parents practically served me a silver platter to you. There, happy now? Even after I said no to the marriage several times, your parents forced my parents to give me up to you. Thought I'd never catch on? Well, screw me for deciding to marry a detective. And screw him for saying something you already knew. You were the one to ask your parents to make him yours, after all. Being the amazing parents they are, they gave you to him just like you deserve. You need them to do a little favor for you right now, just because you're getting tired of Asher. Mother and father will understand why you're so unhappy like this, after all. Asher doesn't bend to your whims like you want. You thought that maybe you could break him in like a new pair of shoes? But he just never stops. Not when you first married him, and certainly not in the 15 years we've been married to him. He's not a good toy anymore. Hello, Mother? Oh, Delia, sweetie, how are you? It's been so long. I'm perfectly fine, Mother, thank you. And how's your little baby? He's fine, he's so well behaved. You know, I don't have to scream and yell at him to make him do as I please. Wait. Is that detective's mother? Is that the mom? Oh, I knew you'd be such a good mother, Adelia. Granted, you still do yell at your kid. Gotta break him in. You hope he turns into a young man who devotes everything to you. And how's Asher? I was just about to start speaking about my issues with him. He hasn't been satisfying me lately. Oh, Adelia, that's horrible. How can I help? You didn't even need to ask, and she complied. You love your mother. And her favors, of course. I just need you and Father to send something over. Something that'll teach Asher a lesson about how he should have been a good husband. Castor oil plants. They're so pretty, don't you think? My son has a knack for horticulture. You'd like having one. Ah, I see. She knows that you don't want them for gardening. Castor bean plants produce castor beans, as the name implies. The blossoms are so pretty that you could just say that it's a houseplant. A very poisonous houseplant at that. After speaking with your dear mother, you're happy. Your life is going to be perfect now, all thanks to your lovely mother. It's what you deserve. This is the end? Wait. If you liked it and want to see the follow-up of this plot, check out the Cardinal. Oh. So that's the crazy mom. So she was crazy because of her parents, and her parents are murderers. Serial killers, in fact. So they're just all crazy. Okay, now I'm wondering, I forgot the detective's name from the other game, in the Cardinal Park case. I'm wondering if he'll uncover that his grandparents are actually serial killers. I feel like that would screw him up even more. I feel so bad for him now, knowing all of this. His mom did really kill the dad, just because he never really liked her like that. Well, that is the end of Road Trip to Hell. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye!